What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday morning. It's a nice snowy single digit kind of day outside, so I figured we would get caught up in the shop a little bit here. I've got skid steers that are way behind. Like our skid steer number 3 is like over 500 hours on this oil change, so we like to do that every 200, so we're over double that. There is a filter sale at John Deere this month. So before I get behind, I'm just quickly going through our filters that I've got here, trying to get them organized, so I know what I've got and what I need. And I'm going to call up the Land Pro, get the ones that I need ordered, and we'll take a trip up there and get the ones that we need. I don't think I'll need a lot. I've already got over half the tractors have already been serviced. I'll show you my book here quick. So this is my very elementary, logbook system. We put the reason for repair. 9 times out of 10, it's a service, when it's done, what we did to it, which most every time it's just a full lube oil and filter, and then who did it. It's 9 times out of 10 would be me for most of the easy stuff. Usually I'll write down the filter numbers on the bottom too, so that way when I call up to Land Pro to order, I'm not just giving them a tractor number. I think this goes for pretty much all dealerships, parts, places in general. If you know the part number, they're much happier with you, like much happier with you. We've got the same thing for like trucks. Some of these are a little different, different sheets. It's just kind of whatever we could find on Google at the time. I'll print them off, I'll make copies, but I run out of them. This is my pickup. All the different 10-wheelers. Obviously feed truck gets done a lot more often, but yeah, that's kind of it's pretty elementary. And there's times when, I'll change something small and it doesn't get written down, but at least if I'm like, when was this oil changed? The oil changes I always wrote down, and we only change the oil in our machines once a year. We've got enough different tractors that the most hours we'll put on an individual machine in a year is like 300 hours. I can show you guys. Well, I don't know, we run full synthetic oil. It's one of the most expensive oils our oil company sells, which we could probably save a little bit of money there, but given that we do only change everything once a year, we might as well put the good stuff in the machines, versus the cheap watered down crap. I've dealt with that stuff in the past on one of the farms I've worked with, but that farm, that was okay because everything got changed every 100 hours, which was a very intensive maintenance program. We don't run that strict, but we do run the good oil, and we do run Deere filters, which I know some farms don't run Deere filters, or case, CNH or whatever brand of tractor you have. I know Napa will cross any of these numbers and get us Napa filters, but we do get them through Deere, just part of the system that we do here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up here, make a list, call Deere, make sure they have the filters before I drive up there. It's about a half-hour ride to Deere. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Follow along. All right, well, we are headed up to Batavia. They had the filters that I was looking for. I also got a globe mounting bracket for an 8330. So we've got GPS on our planting, the 8330 that we use for planting and drilling, but the one that I use for merging is all set up. All it lacks is the mounting bracket. And then when I'm merging, I should be able to use GPS. The only time I won't be able to use it's probably for triticale and our first cutting, because the globes will all be occupied. We only have 2 globes. One of them goes on our sprayer and the other one goes on the planting tractor. So in the springtime, those are obviously both running. Once that is done, I can rob a globe off of the planting tractor and throw it onto the merging tractor, and I'll be able to merge every cutting after that. So that'll be pretty exciting. Like I said, I've never actually ran GPS on it, but looking at of the components that it needs, I believe, except for that bracket. So I also ordered that, given that there's the parts sale this month. Figured I might as well shave off, I don't know, 15%, I think it is. 10-15%, something like that. So yeah, we're gonna go up there, get some lunch, and we'll show you guys what's on the lot. Maybe we'll drive around Monroe Tractor as well. That's right next door to Land Pro. I realize there's not a lot exciting about shop work, so we'll drive around the lot, see what's on the lot. I did get our 8330 serviced already, but I was literally filthy. The hydraulic filters had to get cut off of that thing. I don't know if I cranked them down too tight or what, but I could not get them off with a filter wrench. So I ended up just taking a Sawzall and cutting a notch right by the filter housing so I could get into the filter, the metal end of the filter, and tap on it with a punch to get it to twist off of there. Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but boy, were they miserable to get off. So I was definitely too filthy to be filming underneath that tractor. Also, it was still very dirty from spreading sand. So yeah, but anyways, we're gonna make the trip up here. It's only about 10-15 minutes away from where we take our heifers to get IVF'd. So nice little ride down Route 63 here, Western New York. Coming through Batavia here now, about to head by Java Farm Supply. The only thing I don't like, you can't really get into their lot to see what they got, but they're Fendt dealers, Massey dealers, Gell skid steers, as you can see. Wouldn't mind a Gell. I don't know what that says, Manitow telehandlers and loaders. Yeah, they got quite a bit of good stuff there, but we don't do a lot of business with them because we don't run Massey or Fendt. We did get our Noon tanker through them. They are Noon dealers, and yeah, obviously that's where we got our spreader. We're going to be pricing out injectors here in the next year, hopefully, for that through them. So now we're headed up here to Main Street and get ourselves a slice of pizza, maybe two. We're gonna find out. Maybe we'll do a one bite pizza review here. All right, well, we have made it to Land Pro. Got the slice of pizza, just cooling off a little bit before we do a review. So on this road, this is the big old Batavia Airport, just a private airport. You've got Caterpillar, JCB, Monroe Tractor, which is Case IH, Great Plains, Kuhn, a whole list of stuff, and then you got Deere, all right within half a mile of each other. Stop and get you a little airplane, that'd be pretty sick. But yeah, the wind is really humming up here. 10 degrees outside. Well, you factor in this wind, it is pretty gnarly. So this is Milton Cat. Should probably stop in there and get a set of filters for our dozer. But it's already 12:45, so we are already going to be rather late getting back here. Better start slowing down a tad early for the stop sign. This is Alta Equipment. They're the JCB dealers. I've never been there. We don't, deal anything with that. Here we are at the Deere dealership. Land Pro Equipment. This is their new facility. They shut down the Oakfield store and the Alexander store when they built this. Let's just take a little toodle out here. What do we got? Brand new 9700i up there. Wonder how it is getting around. Somebody's got an old 9300 here. That girl. sprayer, 9460R, and a 9RX 590 back there on a deer speed tiller. Now, I can't say I've seen a deer speed tiller out here before. That's new. I don't know what this red thing's doing here, but talk about getting yourself a dump cart that'll really turn heads. That'll do the trick. Zone builder. And we'll pull out here and swing around. I thought this was all one lot. Turns out this is a road. How about that? Alright, got an S790 combine tucked back there. Didn't even see that thing. Yeah, we'll go up there and do a loop. What the heck? We're gonna be late. What's another couple minutes? This looks like all used stuff, I would guess. Big corn planter, 24-row. So you got the 9700, that's definitely new. 7780, 7380. Here you got a big disc baler. You got an 8800. That's an older chopper. 6850. 9800i. Got a couple of new windrowers here. W235s. I don't know much about them at all. Ours is an R450, and then you got another 560. I'm not sure what the deal with the red combine is. Someone traded in or what? An 8250 case, and then another 790 deer. Huh. Got yourself a little tiny disc bind. A couple of old Fords. Wouldn't mind that H&S Top Shot. That's just a smaller one. Old 9400. There you go. That's all we need right there. 7R330. Are those deer mowers? Yeah, deer mowers. So generally, Land Pro has sold Pottingers. Again, I've never seen deer mowers up here. Butterflies like that. I mean, I've seen self-propelleds, but very interesting. So we got a deer speed tiller and we've got a deer set of butterflies, triple mowers. So, I have to ask Wayne about that. I don't think that's something they've usually done here. So, back here's everyone's stuff. Our chopper should be here, so if it's not setting out back, looks like our chopper right there. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's been in yet. Which, in their defense, they probably know we're not going to need it for 5 months, so it's probably not high on their priority list. But, oh, well, let's get in here and get what we got to have so we can get back on the road. All right, well, the bracket that they had for that GPS does not look anything like the bracket that I have, so we're going to talk with Rob Logston. He's the guy that kind of does all our GPS stuff, and he's going to help me figure out what we got to have. So here's what we're going to do, though. It's cooled off now. One bite, everyone knows the rules. Legitimate one bite. That's good stuff. That is doughy. I like my pizza heavy and doughy. So unlike Dave Portnoy, he likes thin, crispy, light. I like thick, doughy, heavy. I like to eat one slice and be full. So that's really good. I'm about to hammer on that. So pizza review, Batavia's original, 8.4. It's a review. All right, Monroe Tractor, Case IH and Claws. That Claws tractor out there. I'm actually partial to a Claws chopper, I'll be honest. Any of my John Deere guys, if you're listening, don't be mad at me. Any salesman, you know, I have kind of ran a lot more Claws than I have Deere. I learned on a Claws, and I just prefer certain things about them over the deer. So down the road, who knows? I like the technology of deer over claws, and that's why we would go claws or stick with deer if we ever did. Looks like they got a 960 out there. Usually this field's got a lot of equipment in it, but pretty well empty. All the equipment's kind of tucked there in the back, so we're gonna head on home. These roads are sick, so it's gonna be slow going, but head home and get back to work. Well, just got another trip. Came up to Kelly's equipment here in Perry to drop off Jack to bring our feed truck home. We took our feed truck up, needed a couple of kicker plates on it, and we've been swamped, so we just took it up to them, let them change it, and they were going to service the gearboxes and stuff on it while it was up there. And come to find out, it needs new augers in it. The corkscrew inside of that vertical mixer, both of them, they said were paper thin, which we don't really climb in there that often and look at them, but it is what it is. It's going to be a hefty bill for 2 new ones of those, but they did say it, a couple hours to get them in and out, and they're going to order them. Once they're in, we'll bring the truck back up here and we'll let them swap them. Hopefully it stays in one piece until the new ones get here. We shall see. But I figured while I was right here, we're going to swing over to the vet clinic and grab some supplies. So I'm not saying I love driving around, but boy, when it's chilly out, this is a really good spot to be, is in here. And I realize, like I said, right now we're sitting at 8 degrees. You guys out west or further north, you guys are significantly colder. So I'm not complaining, but it is cold. And a pickup truck is a good spot to be sitting during the cold. So we're going to swing in here to the vet clinic, grab some stuff, and be back on our way. All right, guys. Well, I got this 8200 here unhooked, pulled in the shop. We're going to do a full service on this tomorrow. I may, if I get time, pull this front tire off. This has a leak. Once every other week or so, you got to pull it in and put some air in it. So I might take that up to the tire shop, have them do a repair on it. Got the feed truck parked in here. Keep it nice and warm. It is 60 degrees in here, so she'll definitely start in the morning if she's in here. It's probably going to do it for today's video. I realized there wasn't much content. Glad I took some video up at the dealerships though, but I got to get out and help the guys just keep everything watered, everything scraped, just keep everything like that going. And yeah, that's how I'm going to finish off my day. So guys, hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure to tell your friends about the Goofy Dairy Farmer on YouTube. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.